capture this presentation and we record it. Okay, so welcome everyone. Welcome to tonight's presentation. I am Claudia Ballesteros. I'm in El Paso, Texas, and I will be our host for today, and maybe Omar will be joining us later on today. So thank you. Tonight, Social Economic Networkers brings you a presentation that will definitely change your life. It'll definitely change the way that you will see things from now on. If this is the first time that you're listening to it, I know that it changed my life and it changed our guest speakers' lives tonight as well. And so without further ado, I'd like to welcome Rosanna Holt. Rosanna, welcome tonight. Thank you for joining us. And the floor is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Claudia. I just want to make sure that you can hear well from here.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. It's my honor to be here tonight. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. It's really nice to be using this platform and be in contact with so many people around in different areas and different countries. So how Claudia said, my name is Rosanna Holt, and I'm from the Dominican Republic. I'm right now in New Hampshire. In Kenya, it's a small town. It's a lot of trees, and it's a countryside. So if you see the internet can go slow, don't be surprised. You know what is happening. So welcome everybody. It's very nice to see there's a lot of people here tonight. I don't know how we're gonna use the my screen right now, Claudia, if you can guide me on that.
Okay, if you have the presentation open, all you would need to do is say that you want to share the screen. On the panel, you should see a command that says share screen.
Okay.
And then you click on that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now I don't see the presentation.
I have it available on mine. Would you like me to share my screen?
Okay. Probably it's going to be a lot easier that way.
Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen.
Perfect.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so like I say, I'm from the Dominican Republic, and it's really good to be here tonight. But before I said anything else about why I'm doing this business, I'm going to say a little bit about me. I'm my specialty, and I'm a GI doctor, and I'm from the Dominican Republic. I got my degree in the Dominican Republic. And it was really hard for me to get my degree because since I was little, I dreamed about become a doctor. However, I have a really hard childhood. I lost my mom when I was a child. However, in my mind, I was already knowing where I was going. And like I say, many times when you see a child, when you see a person that has a dream, just encourage that dream because you never know what's going to happen to them. So it didn't matter how hard it was for me to get my degree. I was going forward step by step because I knew what I want to become, and that's what I did. So no, it wasn't enough for me to become a general physician. I went back to school and I got my GI degree. But it was really sad for me when I saw at the end many of my dreams, like when you go to school, you go to college, and you want to accomplish things like a normal people does. And I couldn't do it because the situation in my country and because all the situations that we know about what is to work in a regular jobs. But not only that, I was kind of disappointed in my point of view because I always want to help people to become healthy and all the way up. And I saw so many people sick, and not only sick in general diseases, but also in the GI tract. It was a kind of hard to get people in the way that I want to see. I don't know, I thought many times I was dreaming to have like a war that didn't exist. So anyways, I decided to come to United States, and it's over here where I, thanks to one of my great leaders, Claudia Bridoya, she presented this opportunity to me. And to be honest with you, I didn't understand too much. So, but how you can see is the people from different backgrounds, people from different skin, doesn't matter what color you are, from you are, what language you speak, we all are looking for opportunity. It doesn't matter what is your background. And for me as a doctor, I was looking for to get something that helped me my patients, because really I wasn't too let's say, I wasn't too happy seeing the results. I knew inside my heart the help that I want to provide to my patients, it was 100%, because I couldn't see, and I know that something was missing, but I never would imagine that I'm gonna find through this opportunity what I was looking for. Next slide, please. So we are in this opportunity. When I was looking for this, I couldn't know what was. I was kind of disappointed. I was looking over here, trying to do something else, trying to study something else, because I just saw the becoming a doctor. It wasn't 100% for me to help people in the way that I was doing it. But sometimes we have things inside us that they help us to not stop. They help us to keep going. And that's so we find the right way. Never stop looking for opportunities. Because if you think that, if you feel that, to just keep walking, that you're going to find it. If we find an opportunity, I find this opportunity that helped me to personal growth, to do social contribution, and to finally get a financial change in my life. So we are right now in a socioeconomic transitions. We have been for a long time, and we all know that we have been through different stages in those transitions. And we know the economy was also hand to hand with the social changes. And we know that those changes have been forever. Long time ago, we used to have the agriculture. That was the main reason why the money and everything was going ahead. Later, we have the industrialization. It was the first and second revolution. And we saw all the industries that came, and people start, just getting out of the farm to become workers in the industries. And people was in that time doing a little bit better because the jobs were a little more specialized. We're not only working the farms and the agriculture. So people start making some changes in their life, in their finances too. But that change was made too. And nothing stopped. We always know that we need to keep moving. And the thing is that when things are moving, we need to move too, because if we don't move, we're going to be behind. And it's exactly when all those changes become, and we change to those times to the internet. And with the internet, we got another revolution. Not only the internet, where we start using internet and at work and to communicate, but today we have a different stage. We have a fourth revolution, and it's the artificial intelligence. And the worst thing with this is that today, well, it's a good side and a bad side. It's a good side because we have been going forward and things have been changing. Things can be better, a lot better today. However, we are being in dangerous situation now because we, little by little, we have been replacing. Next, please. So what is the ways they generating income from that time to now? Well, things have been changing drastically. And we all know that everything changed with the time. But when it's about us, when it's about our family, we need to make questions, really serious questions. And that was one of the things that I was asking myself. Like, okay, I have been in the school so many years. I have been trying to go ahead. I did exactly what I suppose I'm gonna do. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna work hard, and I'm gonna be okay. um, One of the things the doctors do most of the times, we always think in the patients. And even when we know that we can get good income working as a doctor, but sometimes we just think in the patients and we don't think exactly in our freedom. That is one. And another thing is, what is the time that we're going to have? What time we're going to have for ourselves and for our family? And the time goes fast, so fast that when we realize, we are like, where am I now? And questions that we need to make, and that was one of the questions Claudia made to me. Are your finances, family finances, secure? Do you know how are you going to be in 5 to 10 years from now? Are you prepared to face the future? Because remember, ideas are really big changes coming from the my country to United States. And I imagine so many people that's the same. A lot of people just come from their country to get better life over here. But over here, you have to work hard also, probably more than you do in your country. And we all know the situations that we happen over here. So, but the thing is, there is one question over here that really, really, we need to pay attention. And it's I don't know if you know, with the changes that we have been having, the robotics will replace our job in 80%. So are you prepared for that? Are you prepared to support your family even if you lose your job, even if you go down in the level of job that you're doing right now? Those are very, very important things to know. It's so important to see how things has been changing if we are prepared. Sometimes we don't want to look at the future that way, but the day by day times have been going forward. And we need to think of what is for me and what is for my family. Next, please. So the 20th century, the distribution model that we have was everything was coming from a factory. But today we have something really different. And it's not exactly they come from different work. It comes from the same place. It comes from factory. So what is the change, the big change that we have today is in the way that we do business. And the way that we do business today is exactly what is moving the economy today. Yesterday, everything was different than it is today. Thank God that was changed a long time ago. However, today everybody knows about that because today we have the communication, we have the internet. But it's the same thing. Everything comes from a factory. However, in the past century, we have middlemen. We have the wholesale, the warehouse, the store, the promotion. And today, since thank God that was changed a long time ago, but today is when we really are using that. Today, we have been eliminating all those middlemen to go straight to those that want to become entrepreneur. And that's the easy way to do it because we always have been. We are recommendators forever. We like to talk about what we wear, what we do, what we eat. It's exactly what we do. And the company says, if you do that, what you do have been doing forever, I'm gonna pay you 64% instead to give it to the middleman that we had before. Before we didn't have anything in our hands. Everything was paid to those middlemen. Today, we can, if we become entrepreneur, we can have the 64% that was in the other's hands yesterday. what benefits are offered for this by this new platform for generating income? I hear Claudia the other day when you were in our guest in another meeting, and you know what? It was so good for me to hear that you said the same thing, because when I hear this presentation, I never knew what means residual income, and I never knew neither what about linear income. And I was all the time on that side and linear income. And I never knew that that was the name. But thank God exists another income, and it's the residual income. When I hear about that residual income, to be honest, with all my study, with all what I know about, I was surprised. I thought that that was a story. I thought that that doesn't exist until I hear the Claudia says, yes, there are people making that. That residual income is made for the singers, for the inventors, and also for the entrepreneurs. And I say, oh, that is true. She says a singer can make a CD. How many copies they do? Yeah, they do copies, but how many CDs they do? One. And it's exactly what we do. If we do this work, if we develop this job as I'm supposed to, if we become entrepreneur, we learn how to do it, and we can work in 2 to 5 years, we can have financial freedom. We can have a flexible time. We can work in the time that we are free to do it, because by this time in the beginning, we still are doing another job, another thing that we are doing. And it's easy. That's the best thing that can happen, that you can start this great business still doing something else. And you're going to have independent for additional income. In the linear income, they always told you work 30 to 4 years. You have to work 8, 12, 16, 24 hours sometimes, because when I was in my school, I was sometimes for 3 days in the hospital without visiting my house. That was in the school. So, and you never become free, independent, because your income is limited. That was another thing hard for me to understand until I knew why it's like that. You cannot grow your income because it depends always in you. You are the only one that's working. But when you are working in this side, in the residual income, you become in a different way to produce your own money. Next, please. And what is the platform that we have? We have a great, great, great opportunity. I cannot have words enough to appreciate what this company does. Because to be honest with you, when I hear the presentation the first time, I couldn't understand the financial part, because in my heart, the financial part was like a kind of behind. Probably that's why I never could do too much becoming a doctor, because I was focused so much in just taking care of a patient, and that's different in our country. So when I hear about this company, I couldn't believe it. We have such a good company. What is that company does is incredible. It is for the world. It comes from a small, for a family can begin this company from home. It's unbelievable. There's such an amazing product came from the hands as a couple, and was as a family, and began the business in their own home. David and Bianca Listonby, they are the founders of this company. It's an incredible company, and we bring those products to the world. And Danny Lee is our CEO, is extremely person, so humble and so enthusiastic, so such a good person that we have in this company, and is bringing to the world what we want to have more, which I'm gonna talk about soon. Next, please. Growing was never this easy. Your opportunity is limitless. Listen, what this company has is an incredible product. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the transfer factor 3 factor. Transfer factor 3 factor is a molecule. And what this molecule does is incredible. I mean, I was looking for something like that to help my patients become better. And I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it. That in that little bottle, I'm going to get exactly what I was looking for such a long time. This is a molecule. It's no vitamin. It's no nerve. It's nothing else. It's a molecule. And what that molecule does, first of all, is produced for the immune system, by the immune system, for the immune system. And it's a molecule that what it does is work towards your immune system to help them to become better, to enhance the intelligence of the immune system. And it's like working out that way your body can be protected for your own immune system. And our company has making so many products where they are including that molecule, but also they have another kind of products which it becomes so good as those two. And we can have over here the opportunity, great opportunity that we can have our own business using those products. How we use those products, what we do is just we replace. We want to be healthy. We want to be young. It's exactly what we do. If you take vitamins, if you use products and you just replace them, it's exactly what we're doing. We are consumers. Please, next. How you can see, we have over here for all the genders, we are for all the wellness, we are for all everything that you know. What we do is we focus on what we want and we just use what we need to use for our needs, for our family needs. What we do is replace what we use. We replace the shampoo, the toothpaste, the lotion, the skincare. It's all what we do. And when we do that, our business grow. And we also share with our family, our friends, and we let them know how good our products are. We generate income in different ways. There's many ways that we do, but this is one of them, where the companies give us the bonus. And in the United States is the next day. You can have the 25% after you consume the 100 points. 100 points, we all know that you need to pay in some way when you start a business. But this business, a lot of people have to pay tons and tons of money. Over here, we don't have to pay that because what we do is you consume exactly what you need. You replace what you buy in the store. For what you buy, you take it for you. And when you do that, you put money in your pocket because the company says, okay, after the 100 LP, this is what you're gonna pay for to use my company. I'm gonna pay you 25%. What good is that? I mean, you don't have to have telephone, you don't have to have paperwork, you don't have to have all the, to file everything that people does. No, the company does that for you. You only have to do is consume the 100 points and it's replacing, that's a minimum. After you fall in love with this company, it's a lot what you're going to consume because you don't want to stop. Next, please. This is another way. It's another way where you can generate a good income if you do the job how it's supposed to. If you really want to get up in your ladder, if you want to increase your time, if you want to increase your money, not only for you, but also for your family, because when you do this for one dream, for your family. And how we say, if you don't know which dream, just borrow another dream. If you don't going to do it for happiness, do it for pain. Think in your family. Is your family free? Like with this bonus, you can get income to 800 if you do it in exactly the way they're supposed to do. The person that invite you over here can explain better. We are just doing the presentation quickly. So we are just letting you know, but we are social and economic networkers where we are a really big group. We are in hundreds countries where we are putting people together, where we are lifting families. We are showing people it doesn't matter where they come from, they still can be doing good with this business. But how you generate the income that's going to give you the freedom. Because the other thing that I show you, or those are bonus. But when you want to generate an income that give you the freedom, this is the way that you're going to do it. And the way the company does is in different level. So let's say you get, this is an example, you can get so many people as you want, but let's think you get engaged with 6 people, your friends, your family, they are 6 people. But those people are those that want to follow your sample, those that want to work with you, those that want to follow you and to learn exactly in the way you do this business. The company says, okay, you sign 6 people. The minimum is 100 points, but let's say you consume 250 LP. I'm going to pay you 2% for the first 100 points and 2% for the rest. And I'm going to give you $30. Really, $30, many of us, when we hear that, we say $30. But you know what? Those are the blessed dollars that you ever going to have in your life. Because from there, it's going to come the freedom for you and for your family. And you're going to work with those 6 people. You're going to work hard with them. You're going to love them. You're going to get together with them. You're going to teach them how to do this with love. And then you're going to have them to get their 6 too. This is 36 people now. And you're going to work with them. But this time, the company is going to give you $1,170. With that money, believe me, there is many people in different countries that with that money, they are all retired. Their need is so much in our countries that we can say as we start getting our freedom, and many people are leaving the job because they are receiving this income plus the $30, this $1,200. And the third level we're going to keep looking. Every one of them is going to be looking for the 6 people. At this level, you're going to have 216 people in your team. And the company is going to give you $4,968 plus the $1,200 that you have already. Is that going to be good for you? Because I'm telling you, doesn't stop right there. Still keep growing. And many times, at level 4, you don't know the people because they are in different countries. It's one of the greatest things that we have in this business, that you don't have a limit territorial, because your business can be in different countries, can be in everywhere. Even you don't know sometimes the people, but the company still keep tracking who is under you. At this level, you look at the amount of money that you have. And I'm going to say you one thing. It's one of the I always want to pass to when I do this presentation, because I'm saying for me, when I saw those numbers, I couldn't comprehend those numbers. They were too much for me. And in my dream, I never put a number in my job. I wasn't looking for a specific number of income through my job. And that is one of the things that I want you to know. That many people, many times you talk to people and be considerate with those people, no matter where they're coming from. Even if they, to me, one of the hardest one are those that exactly come from schools, from sometimes medical background, because, and as I said, for me, because I couldn't understand those numbers. The only thing that I could understand at that point was it was a product that was good. It was a product that gave me the opportunity to help people around the world. That was what caught my attention. However, after I could see that I can generate that income, and I understood that income is not to put in my pocket, is to get certain level of freedom, but also to get time, but also to help others. Because what good is that money in your pocket if you don't help others? And it's exactly what I start loving this, because I say it's not for me. It's to help others. It's to help the family. It's to help my country. It's to help the society. It's to help some people that saying so much need around the world. If you have that kind of income, you can help them. But also you have a product that you can help them. And we have something else that we can share with the world, and we can change families. And there is a nice, beautiful word. It is infinity. That your business is going to keep growing, 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 as long as you keep working and teaching good and giving the hope that can generate income as well as you do. And that was another thing that worried me in the beginning, because I didn't know anything about business. I never in my life thought I'm gonna be doing this time the business, because never I thought that things are gonna change. And that's exactly what I want to say. Sometimes you see people, you see doctors, you see professionals around, and you think that they are in the best, the life and the best point of their life. No, they probably are looking for changes like I was. And one of my things that was worrying me is how I learned to do this, because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to talk about business. I don't even know how to talk the language. When I came over here, I didn't speak language. I have been here for about almost 20 years. And when I came to United States, I couldn't speak the language. So I had to go to school to learn, and still I keep learning, reading, listening to learn more and more. That's why you won't be surprised that my accent is very strong. But when I told Claudia, I said, how am I gonna learn that? She said, don't you worry. We are a very good team. We are an exceptional team that we teach you. We guide you step by step what you're gonna do. We have an educational system, which we have CDs, books, audios. We have whatever you need. It's a team that has 18 years experience, and we are in more than 100 countries. Do not worry. Just follow me, learn, and keep going. You're gonna be as good as I am. That's so lovely. So we have different options to start your business. And when you see this presentation, you think, oh, maybe I'm just gonna try. You could try. I remember I tried the product one, but as soon as I saw how good was the product, I absolutely shifted my thought. But you can become a consumer. Some people just like to use the consumer, and you don't gonna have any income from the company except that you're gonna buy the product at an affordable price. You could become distributor. You could become distributor. People, this distributor like to sell. As a lot of people like to sell. I never could sell anything. I cannot sell anything. I'm not a seller. So that person that become distributor like to sell is welcome to. But you also going to only have the linear income. Let's say you're going to have a job. You have to, in order to produce, you have to be you selling. However, if you become an entrepreneur, and it's exactly what I decided to become entrepreneur, and then you can generate the residual income, and it's where the freedom is, and where is the love is, because over here we not only generate a good income, but we also teach with love others that they can generate the same thing that we do. What are you waiting for? That is the question. But the big question is, what are your dreams? What your dreams are? What do you want for you, for your family? What is the legacy that you're going to leave when you are not here? I have a very young grandson. Is my first grandson. He's 9 years, 9 month old, and is every day I just thinking, what is gonna be my legacy for my grandson? It's like our life is very short time here in the world, and the question is, what is your dream? What do you come over here for? Are you gonna let that opportunity go by? Because sometimes even us, we are working and trying to do the best in this opportunity, and sometimes we become like, is this what I want for? Ask yourself, is this what you want for you, for your family? What are you doing for? Please, Ness. Welcome to the socioeconomic change. Definitely the weather, the time, the life always has been changing, and it still is going to keep changing. The question is, are we going to be changing with those changes? Are we going to make it changes in our life too? Because the other way, we're going to be so behind. It's better that we don't exist. Our family has been changing, things has been changing, and what are we doing to help in those changes? Is so much people that has family. We need to be an example. We need to work for those kids that are growing right now in this environment that sometimes is so challenging for them. So let's work together and let's keep moving with the changes. And here we are, the socioeconomic change, to give you the opportunity to you too. Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you, Rosanna. That was amazing. That was amazing. And you said some key points that I just find fascinating, because let me turn my video back on, because I've worked in the medical industry myself all my life, and to hear a doctor, like you, confess that what you've been looking for all along, you found in this bottle, it just really inspires me, and it really, it's really the way that I felt, even though I'm not a medical professional, but I know that that's what we want. We want to be able to help people, and so thank you. That was amazing, and we also know that since you're a gastroenterologist, we asked you to help us understand our new system that we have, our digestive reset system. So I hand the floor back to you so that you could educate us and share your knowledge of how this system can help us, and how you would recommend that we use it, or what can we expect from it?
Absolutely. To me, when I saw the company put out these products, that was so, that is still I love more the company. It's just unbelievable how we can do over here so much. And this is just a part of what the company can do. The company is constantly improving, researching, producing, and what we have today with this company and this product is just unbelievable. You are talking about the research system. This is a new program the company made. I don't know if you guys can see over here. This is the box, but if you have that picture, it's gonna be, if everybody can see that picture.
Okay, I'll get the picture up. Let me get that one up.
Okay.
You can go ahead and continue, okay. and I'll put
so
it up.
What the company did is something that's right now so much, and I'm so happy the company did it, because one of the things that we need to know is like I always say, we have three ways to communicate through the body, 3 ways to communicate clear with the world, with the outside world. We have the skin, we have the lungs, our airways, but we also have the GI tract. And the GI tract is really, really, really important, since we have about 70% of our immune system is in the GI tract. So when the company did this, it was exciting to me, because finally I have something, the whole thing together, where I can tell someone, you need this and you can do it all at once and you're going to get better. We're going to have, this is recommended to use twice a year. And what we have is a reset. Some people think it's a cleaning. It's not a cleaning. This is a reset system where you're going to tune up cleaning and tune up, clean this detox, and also tune up your system. So over here, the company put several products. This is a very, very nice booklet they put over here. The guide is, sorry, one of the bottles is missing over here, but we have the fiber system plus bags where we're going to use. Over here, explain exactly how to use it. We have no fibers only to clean it, but also to exactly, thank you so much. So we have in the fiber, they help us to clean in a very gentle way our system. And together with that, how this booklet says, is you're going to have the guide to do it in the time they're supposed to. So on the first, you do first the cleaning and prepare. Later, you do the detox and support to your liver. And the third part is renew and replenish your GI tract. So what we do with that is, how you know, the way the body doesn't detox itself is through the liver, to the kidney, to the GI, the small and large intestine. And the way that we do is just, just cleaning that part, those parts, and detoxing those parts to get it better. The first thing that we do is detox, cleaning and prepare. So we use the fibers, they are over here, the fiber system plus, how I say, it's going to clean in a very nice way. And we're going to use also the super detox. The enzymes, The enzymes are going to be using, and it's unbelievable. I got to tell you one thing. The enzymes are so good. There are 16 enzymes in that little capsule. It's unbelievable. You don't have to do the reset system to use the enzymes. I highly recommend enzymes to everybody who is above 40 years old, because I'm gonna tell you one thing. With the age, like you can see how much I love this, because it's like it give me fuel when I'm gonna talk about this. So the enzymes you can use after you have 40, 50 years. I highly recommend it, because what happened with the age, the enzymes our body produces start to decline. If we use these enzymes, we're going to help our body to assimilate and to digest even better. So, and that's the first part that we're going to use. And this, we stay for 10 days using those two bottles. The enzymes continue using, for the fiber is for the 10 first days. Then we continue with the toxin support for the liver. We add over there the super detox, and we continue also using the digestive enzyme, which is still because the bottle has several, is for the whole month. So we continue there with the super detox, the prebiotics, and the aloe vera. Those are to continue until finish the month. And also the transfer factor 3 factor. We all know the transfer factor 3 factor is to help the immune system. And I say already, the 70% of our immune system is in the GI tract. We also have the super detox, which is going to help the liver not only to detox itself, but also to function better, to filter better the blood, because all the blood that comes from the GI tract is going to pass first through the liver. And if we have a decluttered liver, it's going to function even better. All the enzymes, all the filters are going to work properly. But the good thing that we have over here, we also have the aloe vera, which we all know helps so much. And it's the one that we're going to add it when we go for the renew and replenish. And And but the thing over here that's different than every other product that we have is the prebiotic. And that excites me so much to talk about that because long time ago we thought that all the bacteria that we have in our body overall in the GI, where we have tons and tons and tons of bacteria, those bacteria were bad for us. But no, they are not bad. Today, thanks to the technology and the advance in researches, now that part is considered an organ. The microbiome is considered an organ. And it's so good for keeping balance our body. However, with the life that we live, with the food that we eat, with the water that we drink, or the different drinks, the sugar that people eat, all that is affected. All the bacteria are affected. Instead to help us, sometimes they become unbalanced and things got worse in our body. And when you see that, you're going to think it's just for your immune system or just for your GI that's working unbalanced. No, let me tell you something. Today, we know that when those bacteria are unbalanced in our body, the brain can be affected. People can get depressed. And many other problems like sorry, I'm thinking in Spanish and talking in English. And the ADD, and many other problems the kids present when they are a child come many times because those bacteria are unbalanced. And this is what the company did. The company created a product that is exclusive with transfer factor. You never in the world gonna find another product be probiotics with transfer factor. And the good thing is that they prepare that product in a way that when you take it doesn't gonna open in your mouth. It's microbeadless that's gonna open exactly in the place where they have to open, and the good bacteria are there. Let's say they have been giving you to your gut not only those good bacteria coated, but also they provide to your GI tract exactly what they need to become a good environment, friendly environment. That way, when those good bacteria become out, your system is already prepared for them, and they can stay longer and healthier. They said they stay in that stage 1,000 times better than what we have in the market over there. 1,000 times. Can you believe it? This is just amazing. And if you want to be healthy, if you want to feel declutter, if you want to be like so light, not only in your body, your brain, your mood, all that changes. I'm telling you, take this and give it to the world, because you doing that, you are making changes in people's life.
Yeah, that's just amazing. I know that when I heard about the Prio coming out, my upline's on the call, and he can vouch for that, or he was on the call a little while ago. But anyways, I was so excited, I almost jumped out of my chair when I was at one of the rallies and they announced it, and he just didn't understand it. And he's like, well, if you're excited, then I'm sure it's going to be something good. And it is amazing. And I brought some home with me from convention, and then I gave it to my mother, and then she fell in love with it. I got another one, and then she took that one. So I've been having a hard time getting my hands on it, because every time it gets to my house, she wants to take it, or somebody else wants to take it, because they just fall in love with it.
They are really good. They are really good, and we can help so many people in different ways. It's like I said, people think when you do the care for your GI tract, you only are doing GI tract. No, you are doing so much in people's bodies. It's unbelievable. I think the GI is one of, like you said, 70% of the immune system is in that tract. So, and now we have the transfer factor added to those microbials. It's awesome.
Yes, yes. And I'd like to encourage you, anybody who's listening on the call right now, if you all have any questions, Dr. Holt, do you have a few more minutes for us so that we can take some questions? Let me see.
So, yes, I can say regarding the business, how you can hear. So when Claudia did the presentation to me, she didn't know that I was doctor because we got together in the school. So it's one of the things that we need to learn. It doesn't matter where you meet the person. Sometimes you don't know the background. You talk to them. You never know. She just invited me once and she says, can you, what are you doing tonight? Can you come tonight to, because I asked her, what are you doing? I asked that question to her, what are you doing? And she just said to me, well, you want to know, what are you doing tonight? I'm not doing anything. Oh, you want to come to the meeting? You're going to know what I'm doing. And I went. I didn't ask again. I just went there. And it's so nice to see so every one of us has been in different way over there, but it's helping us, giving that light to know that there is people over there. They're looking for opportunity, looking for the product or looking for opportunity. But also through the behind the product is always the opportunity. And don't hesitate, even if that person just came for the product, always, always, always talk about the business too. Because it cannot be separate. It has to be together in order for us to get what we want to get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's wonderful advice that you're giving us, and that is one of the dangerous questions, right? When you ask a network marketer, what do they do? It's like, okay, then I got you, I got your ear. So I'm glad you asked her. Because you learned and you got value out of that question, and so it's a good thing that Claudia shared the information with you right away. There's a question that they're posting on the chat. Let me see. I need to put my glasses on to be able to read that. It says, what do you recommend for a person who isn't tolerating the fiber system plus? This person's getting kind of bloated. So what would you say for someone that maybe the fiber system is a little too strong for them?
It's taking just the fiber with the reset system, or is not taking it with the reset system? It's taking just the fiber by itself.
Vero, I don't know if you caught that. If you could let us know if she's just taking the fiber or the reset. So does that make a difference, Dr. Holt?
Yes, it does. Because the fibers sometimes they are kind of, for different people, tolerate in different way the fibers. So what I recommend, and that's one of what I love more this package, is because the enzymes come over there. And the enzymes help you a lot with the fibers. So if you take your water, if you take enzymes and you take the fiber, you won't have any problem.
Okay. So take it with the enzymes and drink enough water.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Great, great. Does anybody else have any other questions before we let her go? I have another question. I know you touched briefly on it, but how would you recommend if we want to approach, like I said, I've worked in the medical field for a long time and I know a lot of medical professionals. What's the best way to approach them?
So I know them, and I'm going to say one thing. We come from schools where they don't teach us anything else that is not coming from the pharmacy. It's not coming from those labs. And one of the things I recommend, I always was open to hear about natural products. Actually, I was using natural products from one of the stores over here when I met Claudia. But many of the doctors don't like that. So what I do is, and what I recommend is, you ask one of them, have you ever heard about transfer factor? If they say no, then you say, well, I'm using this product and I would like to have your opinion.
Mm.
I'm working, or you can say, I'm trying to make business with this company and I would like to have your opinion, and see what they say. And when they say, and then they're probably gonna say, oh, if they don't know the product, they don't know the product. They're gonna say, where you get that?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna ask you. Then you say, oh, I can explain you how. Do you have 15 minutes? And then you do your introduction there.
Mm-hmm.
In the best way, don't talk too much about money. Talk about time and about health for the patients. And don't forget to say that those products are in the PDR.
Great. Yes, they are in the PDR, and so that gives them a lot of value, and that's a big weight, that helps us when we're sharing the information as well. And they can Google it right off the bat.
Yeah, that's another thing that you can say. I'm using these products. I would like to know what you say. It's in the PDR. Could you take a look? Because we are very skeptic sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. There's another question. How important is it to include the digestive enzymes in our diet, and how often? Especially because, since you said, anybody over 40.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. In the morning, most of the people don't need in the morning because you are noon. They just start. You are full. You just sleep the whole night. Your body is in full function. So in the morning, you don't need it. But if you eat late, or if you eat at noon, you eat heavily or a little bit later than noon, I recommend it. You can take a half hour before. You can take 1 or 2 according to what kind of food you have. And if you take a dinner, also take 2 before dinner. 1 or 2 according to what amount or what kind of food you have.
There's another comment on here. How about with a fatty liver? I know that we have a distributor who, her son has a fatty liver, and the GI doesn't really know about transfer factors, and they're wanting to discontinue anything that's not in their medical regimen. How would this system, or how would the transfer factors help somebody with a fatty liver?
Absolutely. The transfer factor help, and also the super detox. The super detox help good. And of course, and I want to say one thing, and that is one of the things that is very, very, very important. The more you know, the more you take care of yourself. And you can know that if we have such a good products how we have over here, we need to do our part. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to start walking. We need to eat better. We need to educate ourselves what is the best, because it's so incredible the bad food that we get bombarded through internet, TV, in the supermarket. So we need to educate ourselves how we can eat better and not only think in the product. And that should be part of our wellness.
Yes, I totally agree with you on that. When I made some changes to my diet, I already was feeling a lot better with the transfer factor because my health was going down, and transfer factors helped me get control again. They helped me, give me my energy, my motivation, so that I could make those changes. But it wasn't until I made those food changes that I truly felt that my whole health was changing. And the minute I misbehave, I feel it right away. And so unfortunately they addict us to food, with all the food additives that they put on the food. And so it's kind of hard. But I know we've been on an hour, and there's a couple more questions. So really quickly, what would you recommend for some people with leukemia, some people with they're asking about H. pylori? And so what would be your recommendation as a medical professional, and what products would you recommend? I know you don't know the case specifically, but
yeah. Well, someone with leukemia, I don't know exactly what part or what stage, But I would recommend for someone this in that kind of situations, I recommend the transfer factor, the Rio Vida. The Rio Vida and the transfer factor, those are the how to say, the giants that we keep in our company. They helps really, really, don't matter what situation you have.
Great. Yes. Yes. Well, thank you so much. I learned a lot. I know that our audience, I'm sure, learned a lot as well. And thanks for the excellent presentation on the business opportunity. And thank you for letting us know, that we need to lead with both the product and the business opportunity. They go hand in
Absolutely.
hand. And what better way to be able to serve and make an impact in the world than to help people with things that matter the most, which is their health, and money and time. And so it's,
Absolutely.
it's a win-win situation. And so thank you again. I want to wish everybody a good night. Thank you all for joining us. Next week, same time, same place, we're going to have an excellent speaker lined up for us next week. And so we'll send out the announcements and we'll see you all next week. Okay, have a good night, everybody, and God bless everyone.
Good night, everybody. Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.